It is freezing cold out here, and look what's on the ground. A little bit of snow. But it's not going to be a little bit for long because there's a storm rolling in. We're supposed to get between 8 and 13 inches. So we're going to get ready. We're going to get the skid steer on the trailer. We are going to get the snow box on the trailer, and we're going to get it down and staged before the storm kicks in. Roads become icy, people become a little less predictable in their driving. Well, this is going to be the first big snow of the season, and we're excited for it. Cold.
Well, it's about 11:15 p.m. We weren't going to start pushing till around 2 o'clock, but we got a call that one of the wheel loaders needed some welding repair. So, switching hats and gonna go do a welding repair. So we're gonna start up the service truck. It's almost like it's frozen fuel again. Sounds like.
It ended up that they had to put the box on a trailer and bring it to the shop.
Here's the snow box. It's a 14-foot snow box.
This is the bucket mount on this snow box, and it just broke away. You can see it's been repaired before. Right here is the edge of the weld that they repaired it with, and they blended it down so that it won't interfere with the bracket that goes over the top of here, but you can still see the edge of that weld, and you can see how deep it penetrated into this. Not very far at all. You can see this old metal in here had already oxidized. It was only being held on by this weld around the edge. And when he hit the curb, that snapped and it wasn't holding on anymore. So we're doing the repair on this. Here's the piece that welds up next to it right here. And I've already prepped the end. You can see I beveled it. And when we go to weld this, we're gonna weld clear back into the corner here of the bevel and all the way out, so it's all new metal. So now I'm going to bevel this one accordingly. Jesse's got his set up already. You can see he's got his bevels, and now he's working on his other piece. And here are the final brackets all welded back together, almost like it never happened.
All right, we just finished putting them back on there. All welded up and ready. We're gonna take it over.
Here it is back on the wheel loader. It worked flawlessly. Now that the box is repaired, Ben dropped Jesse off at the skid steer and Jesse started pushing snow.
Ben was up very late last night, very early this morning, fixing a box that had broken. Him and Jesse were working on that. Jesse's pushing now, John's pushing now, Jordan's pushing now. Ben's getting the tractor ready to push, and I'm gonna go run John an ice scraper. Road is pretty hard to see, so I'm just kind of following some tracks. Kind of judging my distance off the telephone poles on the left side. How's it going?
It's going very slow.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff.
I'm gonna go pick up a fuel trailer, and we're going to run Jesse and some of the other guys with Jesse some fuel because they probably need it.
Something I like about this Kubota is the telematics app. It allows me to check on the machine, see any codes, see the location of the machine, and also I can check on the percentage of fuel that's left.
It's headed this way, the M7060.
machine Jesse's pushing in is a Kubota 97.2 with a 10-foot steel trim edge box. It doesn't have the standard Kubota tracks on it anymore, which supposedly don't do that well in snow. The tracks it has on are doing great. This setup is a unit. The weak spot of the machine though is in the cabs. The heating system on this machine is an EMEC. That's something I'm going to have to dig into later. But right now, it's 9 o'clock on a cold, snowy morning, and Eva's headed this way with breakfast.
I didn't know you had seat warmers in here.
Yes.
That is nice.
Do you like it?
I do.
Right now? Okay.
They're expecting probably another 6 to 8 inches at this point, and it's not supposed to stop snowing until about 6 p.m. We have not touched everything yet.
Wow.
And I've just been I've gone over this probably 7 or 8 times tonight.
Yeah, it's supposed to snow a lot more.
It's delicious. We have the hard parts left too.
Okay.
It's all the parking spaces and everything. See all this?
Oh yeah.
That's just one trail down there. And it's also thick. You pull it out and you have to run it all the way down. Then you pull it out, you have to run it all the way down. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. See ya.
See ya.
Ben's inside the tractor, and this M7060 pushed snow better than maybe all of us thought it would. It's pretty nice. That flow mower on is really helping add some weight and traction to the rear tires. It's not as agile as the skid steer is, and it doesn't have a trip edge box, and besides, you don't really want to be hitting curbs in a loader tractor. You don't want to hit them in a skid steer either way. So our modus operandi is that the skid steer cleans out in the tight areas in between truck trailers, and it pushes it all out for the faster but less agile tractors so that they can take it all the way across the parking lot and put it into piles. Just stop and appreciate this backhoe for a minute.
It's about 3 o'clock out here now. This is how it's going. This lot's been untouched. And we're just getting to it now, and it's still snowing. It's supposed to snow for another 3 hours at least, so we're gonna have to touch everything again, but it's time to dig this one out. So I'd say we have, I don't know, it's hard to tell with the drifts, but it's up to almost up to my knee in spots. Yeah, over by the building over there, it's definitely about 3 foot, maybe 4 foot drifts. So I think around 16 to 18 inches is what we got right now.
This is not the skid steer Jesse's been pushing in. This is a Kubota 75.2. It's a 75 horsepower machine, and it does have the factory tracks on it. And I don't think they do very well in the snow at all. I'm slipping around out here like an Olympic ice skater trying to win gold. But anyway, it's time for my favorite game of, is that a snowdrift or is that a curb? That's a curb. Thankfully, this is a trip edge box, otherwise it'd be a lot worse. And this Boss box, while it doesn't scrape as clean as other steel trip edges I've run, but I think it's a whole lot better at hopping up over curbs, which is nice, especially when you're cutting out a parking lot. I've never been in this slot before, so I'm trying to be as cautious as possible and also as fast as I can. because we've got a lot of snow and we've got a lot of work still before us. I can't wait for you to see the other machine that's clearing this lot with me. I'm going to bet you've never seen one of these pushing snow before. What a cool machine. I wonder what it's like to drive. John is running the telehandler. He switched out from the plow truck sometime earlier. This machine is surprisingly capable, but it also has some limitations.
We used to need the snow pulled back from the doors, overhead doors up here in this section. Is that something you can do?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes, it is. I'll just do it.
Perfect. This machine really is the one to do it. Thanks.
If you couldn't tell earlier when I brought John the ice scraper when he was in the plow truck, John has almost completely lost his voice. But he's feeling good. He put in 21 hours straight pushing snow. No energy drinks, no coffee, no caffeine. He operates this teleboom like a surgeon would use a scalpel. I think one of the cleanest parking lots I've ever seen was done by him in this machine. This is the plow truck John was running earlier, and I'm running it now. And I hadn't been running it too long when Eva brought dinner by.
Eva just brought this by. Look at what's for dinner. Fried potatoes, fried apples, and fajitas. This is gonna be good.
I'm not trying to make you hungry, but that was delicious. It's funny how hungry you get after sitting all day. Ben and John are resting right now. Jordan is in the skid steer and Jesse's in the ag tractor. It has stopped snowing now, so we've switched from maintaining to trying to get all the snow cleared as fast as possible. It may look like it's late at night, but it's actually early in the morning and we're racing against the clock. We need to be done here by 6 in the morning and we have a long way to go.
Well, we made it. Barely. We finished up that lot at 5:54, so with 6 minutes to spare, but we still had 2 other warehouses to push. We pushed till after 10 o'clock that morning, then we took a break. We came back and pushed all through the night. That's how snow pushing went this time around, but I don't think we're done because I think we're gonna get some more snow.